First of all, we would like to sincerely thank all users who have loved and supported Ironsight over the years. After much consideration, we regret to inform you that the Ironsight service will be coming to an end as of August 6, 2025. The time we spent with all of you has been incredibly precious, and it is with a very heavy heart and deep regret that we share this decision. Since starting the service via Steam in 2019, 6 years has passed. Although there were many shortcomings, it was thanks to the love and support from our users that we were able to continue the service up until now. So, Ironsight is officially shutting down, and I feel like I'll have to pay my respects to this game. I have a few talking points. One, of course, being, why it died. It's kind of, I had a little bit of a script to go off of here, but also I think I'm just going to be talking a little bit through this video, and just kind of going over a little bit of the history and just kind of paying respects to the game. We're definitely going to be doing a couple more streams before it completely dies out and kind of paying our respects that way. Ideally, we can get on with the group again and just play the game together, all one last time. So I guess look out for that. We're going to try to organize that eventually here. So basically, those of you that don't know, Ironsight, before it actually even came to Steam, it started its Western beta under Area Games or Gamigo back in 2017 or 2018. And that's where I was actually starting to play the game before it actually hit Steam. And then in 2019, the game actually hit Steam through Area Games. And that's where it eventually had its peak players. I think it was around 5,000 players. And it was kind of like that for a little while. And you could find a lot of games, a lot of variation in your lobbies, resource takeover, all these kind of modes that are pretty unique to Ironsight. And then, basically Area Games in 2020. I might have to pull up my dates here. I think I wrote some of them down. August 10th, 2020, Area's version actually shut down, and some people thought that was the actual death of Ironsight, and the player numbers obviously tanked because Area's version's completely gone, and then Whipple takes over and launches the global Steam version August 15th, 5 days later, 2020. And when you hop on that one, it seemed to be kind of like only the actual Ironsight players that knew about that, because when we hopped on that, the player count was much lower. I think people thought it actually completely died. I think it eventually got some more people. People started catching wind of it. They did some advertisement with some bigger streamers and that sort of stuff through the years. Then that takes us 5 years later, or just about 5 years later, to August 6, 2025, I believe, when the actual termination for the servers is going to be. And through that time, I've met so many new friends. We have our online Discord, and we still talk daily, which is pretty crazy. I eventually want to do a IRL hangout meetup type thing at some point. That's a bucket list item of mine, just to get together with the Ironsight guys IRL. Basically, all these guys just wanted a nice, simple arcade shooter, which doesn't seem to exist anymore, and that's kind of how we all wound up finding Ironsight and connecting over it. And just kind of competing with each other and playing with each other. I know we eventually formed we had the Sweaty Kids, the Pub Stompers, a couple other clan names probably through it. C4, who you're seeing on screen right now, we met up with him many times. I've probably known him 6 years or so, maybe more. A lot of my, a lot of the Discord friends we have, we've known each other now. It's crazy, for 5, 6, maybe even 7 years in some cases, and it all came from Ironsight. Ironsight's probably one of the games I regret that I didn't really spend money in. I don't think me spending money on the game would have saved it by any means, but I wish I kind of showed a bit more support to the developers, and probably bought some skins and stuff like that. I still think the store, they could have done a little bit better, and I could have bought the items I wanted, but they didn't really do it that way. I kind of wish I supported in that a little bit more. Ironsight, of course, being a smaller knit community, a smaller game, and the developers kind of really close with their community, and the Whipple guys were really great team of devs and pushing out updates and listening to the community and that sort of thing. I even ran tournaments like who can get the highest kill game this month or this week or whatever it was. And the developer said, hey, we can chime in. I know you're giving away your money to the winner. I think I was giving away like $50 or whatever it was to whoever got the most kills and they said, yeah, we'll throw in some like in-store chips and other in-store items for your winner of your contest, you know, just let us know. And that type of thing just doesn't happen with bigger games. That's part of the reason. Really loved Ironsight, is, you know, the whole, just the community behind it, simple arcade shooter that is missing from today's world. I really wish we could get like an Ironsight 2 going, which I don't think will happen anytime soon, but Ironsight, I'm still going to say, until it happens, Ironsight 2 on a new engine would probably be the best, or at least my personal favorite FPS game to ever come out. But we're, you know, I don't think we're going to be getting there. But yeah, just some of those memories that we've had are really great. All the from CTF spawn trapping, to pub stomper clan wars, to chasing the highest kill game. For a while there, I believe it was like myself, we had Pac, Almido, Reaver. We had a bunch of guys that were kind of maybe going for it, maybe not, but, you know, taking the highest kill game off each other. And you can see my reaction. I think it's sometime in this video near the end where I kind of pop off on my couch and I'm like, I'm standing, flexing, doing the most muscular pose on my couch because I took the highest kill game from Almido. And I think Reaver took it from me, and then I took it back, and it, you know, it was kind of a fun thing to go back and forth with. And looking back on that, it's like, I don't remember the last time I felt like that about a video game. It's like, you know, kind of popping off in that state and getting excited to you know, beat a personal record or anything like that. I don't know if maybe I'm getting older, I care less, but yeah, just looking back on some of these clips, it was just so exciting and so fun to play this game, and they really nailed it in terms of core gameplay. And of course, we know some main reasons why the game's dying. Of course, you know, the inevitable, the lack of players on the game is obviously 100% it. If they had a million players on the game, this game would still be alive, and there'd be a lot more money flowing into it. But then you have to kind of look at the underlying reasons on why it died. And I actually kind of went through my own Discord and made a little chat for, you know, what were some potential reasons. Like, I made a text channel for some reasons on why Ironsight, we think it died. And, you know, to no surprise, general network performance of the game is the most kind of upvoted item. Some people are saying like lack of proper advertisement, some minor adjustments and balancing and competitive and stuff like that needed to happen still. You know, so some things like that, but it basically mainly came down to like the desync, the hit registration, the dying behind cover, the people running around in the sky. That sort of thing happened very often. As someone who did at one point in time stream it every day for quite a long time and play it and upload and this and that. So I probably experienced more of that kind of janky stuff than most people that would hop on the game. I was putting a lot of hours into it very fast, but anyone else that played the game somewhat regularly would also kind of experience that. And we have full-blown videos covering all of it where I was going through some of my clips, and man, I just had so many. So we got to kind of say that that's going to be the main reason it died. Now, I think it does probably have to do with the game engine. That was probably the nastiest shot I've ever hit in this game. Luckily got it on stream. But that's got to be the main reason, and I think it's got to be like the engine or something that just couldn't get corrected. Maybe it's the servers. I don't know if they're running like Azure servers or like, you know, they got like AWS. I don't know what type of servers they're using. If it's server spec wise, game engine, there's some other underlying variable that's in this game that isn't potentially in other games to make the performance like that. And that's why I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe if they like ported this to another engine, it wouldn't have this problem. But yeah, so that's definitely going to be the main reason why, at least the community of players that we all played with, you know, wound up leaving the game. But also with getting those, let me rotate. Oh no, it's still going. I think I got a couple of videos back in the background. But also with a small dev team, what I was gonna say like that, where everyone's kind of tightly knit, you get stuff like this, right? So I put out a 1,000 hours in Ironsight, and I ran into one cheater. And then as soon as I made that video, I uploaded the video, and we had the developers of the game actually say, yeah, we watched Derek's videos actually. Like I saw that they said that, like, oh, that's pretty cool. They've seen my videos. They've actually reached out to me before, and they wanted to tweet out my tier list video of weapons, like my weapon tier list video, and they actually wound up tweeting it out, which is pretty cool. I've never had not that I had pull with the devs or anything like that. I actually, oddly enough, as one of the main Ironsight creators at the time, because you're looking up, you know, look on Ironsight, it was like myself, C4. That was kind of pretty much it. I think Mali Reborn played on EU for a bit and did some uploads, but it was basically me and C4 for a while. And I applied for the Ironsight partnership program, and never actually got in. I applied multiple times too, because I wanted to be able to see the new skins, see the new guns, test them out, maybe provide feedback and demo them on video and give my thoughts and try to get people hyped up about it. I would have liked to do something like that, but I never wound up hearing back on that. But the reason I was going to bring up that, they said like, oh, we watched Derek's videos before and stuff like that, is basically this next one, which I thought was really cool, that Grim from our Discord and from Ironsight. Oh, hang on, before I even bring that up, this is what I was talking about. I was watching this back, I'm like, I don't think I've ever gotten that pumped. Almido had a 116 kill game, and I popped in here and got a 118, and then that wound up getting broken, and then, you always hear stories or bug lobbies and people getting 200 kills, but nothing recorded, nothing actually documented, or, so we were kind of the living proof of what the highest kill game was, so that was 118 there, and I got super excited when I got that. And on my channel, I got the 130 or 120 something, 128 kill game, which I might rotate to in a second, but yeah, with the devs, and they're like, yeah, we watch his videos. I posted that Suractive cheating after 1300 hours of Ironsight video, and luckily we had Grim, who's super clutch. He was also doing like a lot of voiceover for the Ironsight community in terms of the tournaments and helping organize and run that too. So big shout out to Grim for also potentially keeping Ironsight alive longer than it than we would have originally thought. So basically what that was, he's like, hold this L. Grim captured, we posted that video that, he's cheating, and this is the guy that was cheating. And you can kind of see even in this one clip, probably not because he's hopping around and stuff, but his reticle just wasn't moving at all. And I was on fire one game, and then after the game, I look at the scoreboard and he was within a kill or two of me, and I'm like, my kill pace was insane. There's no way he kept up with me, and he was streaming, so I peeked his stream after, and then I noticed within one bullet of the AUG, I'm like, oh, okay, that's not right. And I sent the DM to Pac. I'm like, yo, Pac, look at this guy quick. And Pac's like, no, you're right. Like, that's messed up, because Pac's a smart FPS player, and he knows crap when he sees it pretty much immediately as well. So he's like, nope, that's that's wrong too. And he said it, like, he showed his disappointment in Interactive because we played with him before. Anyways, what I was just getting at is the developers banned him basically on the spot, which was crazy. So just because we upload the video, the next stream he decides to go live, we tell the developers in the Ironsight Discord, and yeah, poof. I think the developers wanted him to like go live and play a little bit and then do it live on stream, so he just gets violation on his screen, which is pretty sick. And that's the type of stuff, again, with the smaller knit community, and that's what I'm really gonna miss about Ironsight, because I don't think we're ever gonna get that in a game ever again. For like a smaller game where we can make content that developers are gonna watch, like if you go on like Call of Duty or whatever it is, like no one's gonna care that much about the community. I think maybe, I don't know too much about Splitgate or Splitgate 2, if they're that tightly knit, or if they plan to be that tightly knit. The developers there seem like they're gamers and they understand things like that, so that might be a good community going forward, who knows. But yeah, that's just some of the pull you have with the developers there, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, that was the end of that one. Let me just go here. I'll just talk a little bit more. This was the kill record that I had for a while. I believe Russian eventually wound up taking it out in a theater mode gameplay. But yeah, no, this has been, I just wanted to make this video to kind of pay respects, and I think everyone that we've talked to said it was netcode related, why they can't play the game. You can't play it seriously, you can't play ranked, you can't play even just pubs like this. It eventually it catches up to you. It's just like, I don't want to, it hurts to die behind cover so often, and it just plays weird, right? And when you go to play Ironsight now, it's only the absolute like people like the diehard Ironsight guys. Like I'll hop on Ironsight like I did on a stream not too long ago, and it winds up being like a 3v4, and then it's the same lobby the entire time. So each game, there's not much variation. It's the same 3 versus the same 4, and you basically do that for like an hour and a half. And it's like, okay, you know, after like maybe 2-3 games with the exact same teams, exact same modes and stuff, I'm like, okay, that's I'm out of that one. Where before, you know, of course, with the population of like 5,000 people, every lobby's different, you can build rivalries, and that's how we find each other, really. Is, you know, okay, there's one guy at the top of the board, he's above me in kills right now, okay, let's try to, you know, let's tighten up, let's just try to get some momentum, let's try to beat him out. And, you know, and that's how you wind up meeting each other, which is pretty cool. And that's how you meet more people, because you have not just one lobby of 4 people on the other team going at it, right? This was a pretty crazy game. Yeah, I think just QBZ. I don't know if I was using compensator or muzzle brake, something like that. QBZ was definitely my favorite gun. Ironsight did like just knock it out of the park with this game. And in terms of paying respects, I gotta say some of the stuff that Ironsight did well and did right. That being the the maps. My gosh, these maps, I'm still saying these are like the best maps in like any FPS. These were really good maps. They had a couple flaky ones, but like across the board, like these are like Black Ops 2, MW2. These are that caliber of maps or better. Streaks knocked it out of the park. Gunplay, very simple, quick ADS time, steady reticle. It basically put, you know, you're in charge of your aim. It's not gun sway or gun weight, or you put on one attachment, it gives you 15 negative consequences for putting that attachment on, like slower ADS speed and stuff that Call of Duty did, which was really annoying. It's just, you know, everything was kind of easy, and, you know, the meta could develop that way, and it's not, you know, every week, oh, a new gun build that breaks the meta. It's like within a few games you kind of already know, like maybe you play this game for like a week or a month and you already kind of know what the meta would be. Then once you have that meta determined early on and not really change, you can really practice and get better. And that's one thing that Ironsight kind of did well in a competitive scene, because it's not like, oh, okay, the AUG eventually got nerfed, I think, but it's not like, okay, the AUG's too good, nerf that into the ground. Everyone has to find out a new meta and practice that. Oh, okay, this one's broken. Let's completely change that. Oh, the meta shifted. Oh, everyone's got to relearn what's optimal now in this situation. It's just like they had everything balanced and well done, that they didn't have to do that, and that, you know, that allowed us to try to perfect their game, because it's not infinitely changing, right? Like imagine you learn, you know, in Street Fighter, you learn your character after 300 hours of play, and then they nerf them into the ground. It's like, well, okay, I guess, you know, my character's barely even viable anymore. I'll still try to play with them, or I have to relearn a whole new character for 100 hours. It's like Ironsight had it down so good that they just didn't need to do that. So man, maps, gunplay, kill streaks that weren't too OP but still satisfying to get, offensive and defensive streaks. I still think in my review video I gave this like an 8 out of 10 because it was free to play, but so the netcode was awful. But yeah, they knocked it out of the park with this game, and I'm really hoping to see an Ironsight 2. And I just wanted to pay respects, because honestly, the friends that we still talk to every day, we wouldn't have met if it weren't for Ironsight. You know, I have a small YouTube following. Wouldn't have happened without Ironsight, Twitch streams, all the fun we had on Twitch, man. We got to the point where I was actually getting Twitch payouts every month. And you have to get at least 50 Canadian dollars to do, yeah, I think it's 50 Canadian dollars to get a Twitch payout. Otherwise it just rolls over into the next month. So there was a time frame where I was getting payouts almost every month. And what I would do is I would just do a giveaway stream. Like I think I maybe did like 3 or 4 giveaway streams, or I would host a contest and then just kind of put that money back in into the community, I guess, and just kind of keep it going that way. And that was some of the most fun I've had in gaming, even with the broken game that is Ironsight. The streaming and the YouTube and stuff like that just made it, you know, it was a really enjoyable part of life, basically. And Ironsight, I won't like, you know, it's gonna be shutting down, but this is not a phase of life I'll basically ever forget. Sounds crazy because it's just a goofy free to play game, but I don't know, if we played it this much, it does, you know, mean a lot to have all of this community, and, you know, the game and the devs watching your videos, listening closely to the community, providing rewards for your own homegrown tournaments, basically, and homegrown challenges and events and stuff like that. I think they might have done that on a number of different occasions too, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, no, I just wanted to just wrap up this video. Holy cow, I'm at 20 minutes. I could probably talk about Ironsight for like 2 hours, so I'm not gonna do that. I'll cut it here around 20 minutes. And this is why I don't make scripts. I feel like I could just kind of free flow and talk about stuff that you like. You're just gonna keep going, right? And this game was great. Just a little little rough around the edges with the netcode. But yeah, thanks for everyone that was here for the Ironsight Rod on YouTube. Appreciate you all the people that have subbed on Twitch and stuff. Appreciate you all. Glad we could, you know, build up a bit of a community here. And while we're kind of all on different games and maybe not syncing up as often anymore, yeah, just appreciate everything that Ironsight's been able to do and able to give in the time period that they were up and running. Before I head out, I just wanted to share a post that I made to their Discord. Gotta pay my respects. Seeing the shutdown announcement hits close to home, though I haven't been playing much. Ironsight outlived some of the likes of X Defiant, Concord, The Cycle Frontier, Gundam Evolution, PlanetSide Arena, Hyperscape, etc. I think there were actually more too. That's just the ones that I recalled. So congrats to the dev team for making an FPS game that so many of the game companies keep missing the mark on. Ironsight had the best maps out of any FPS in my opinion, even better than COD 4 and MW2, which is a high bar to beat. I feel netcode brought it down heavily. Really hope to see Ironsight 2 or similar FPS game come out from these guys in the future. I said, PS, I would have spent hundreds on this game if I could have just paid for the skins I wanted. Hope everyone is doing well and be praying for an Ironsight 2 in the future, and best of luck to the devs in their future endeavors going forward. So with that, we'll be closing out the video, and yeah, just appreciate every one of you guys. Bye for now.